And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Minnesota Vikings. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready? 90, Wolf. Check 55 to mine. Oh, you got deep? Leaf Rivers.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
22-jet bombers. 22-jet bombers. Now.
2nd and 9 now. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
To throw on 3rd down, Eason. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Good work, boy. Let's go. Let's go. Set 50, plant. Pilot, 64, weak. Check 49, check 49.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. He'll have a 1st down past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Vikings 1st down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to
All right, Coach. U.S. Bank Stadium holds just under 70,000 spectators, and they've come out in full force for this one. A fantastic atmosphere here in Minneapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Minnesota Vikings. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hard. Kill.
And he'll give it here to his running back. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Heavy on the edges. 25, check 25.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's got some space here. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Back to throw. Eason. And finding the tight end, Wilson. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
61, matchbox lights. Check 13.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming.
Ready.
It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
52's the mark, boy. 52. Let's go.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Let's go. 15, Lonnie. 15, Lonnie. Big grip.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Shoot.
Back to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
70, Indy.
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Alex Anzalone able to record his 5th sack of the season.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Here's a quick throw to Thielen. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series. Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
At the 13-yard line.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Eason, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. Here's the correct call.
Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 21-yard line.
Ready?
Mike 54.
Gone.
Screen. Watch the screen. Kill.
Ready?
Off the play fake. Eason. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Rip right.
Greystone travel.
Check three. Hey, alert three.
Clear. 5.
On third down, Eason. And he's caught on his sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up fourth. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is brought in at the 21. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Eluding the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Watch the screen. Check 3.
They'll set up a throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. To return is Taylor. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Meanwhile, in Los Angeles, an update from there. And the Steelers there out to an early lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
It's our field. It's our field.
From the gun, Eason. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Mecole Hardman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints are able to strike quickly for 6. Lutz with the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going to the quarterback on the expected passing situation.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. I actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
Ready?
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Yes.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5.
Operating from the gun, Eason. And he'll find Hall. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop.
Now.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. They were able to push him backwards on 1st down, but this time he forces his way in.
I wonder if he went back to the huddle and said, guys, just a little bit more help, and I can get it done on this one. Maybe even overruled the play call from the sideline, just feeling like he had that opportunity, and he wanted to cash it in.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Set 30 base.
Watching it grind. Watch the out. Watch the out.
Shoot.
Now Cook. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Back, back, back. Blue draw Corkers. Buzz.
2nd and 4. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The Vikings send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
No, that's you, partner. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
They get just 2 out of it there, and it's 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
60 Pittsburgh.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Tighten up. Tighten up. Pull it together.
They go.
Now it's Dixon, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down.
Check. Check. Watch the ship.
Topper.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And they work this out past the 25. That one goes for 24 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 35-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. And that's complete to Adams. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense, because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Hey, Mark 52.
5.
On 1st and 10, Eason. And he rifles one incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over, then they get a chance to continue their drive.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Check 37. Check 37.
Deep river.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Back to throw. Eason. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Lets it fly for Thielen. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Here we go. Check safety, check safety.
Get it.
Give to Cook out of the gun. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And he's able to find Diggs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Marcus Davenport there to take him down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll look to throw here. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 31-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
They run it again with Cook. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And Diggs has it. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down. They'll run for it with Cook. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They come out here in the I. They try again with Cook. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Looking to throw. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Irv Smith Jr., his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Austin Seibert on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
80 weapons. Check. Go.
Throwing again. Eason. Escaping the pressure right. And down he'll go at the 25. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
It's a gain of a yard, and it's third down.
Ready, ready! 18 Gator.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 29 yards on third down.
First down, Saints.
Ready, set. Jump. Recon, 132 fighter. Hit it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Let's go now. 70, Indy.
Mike, 54. All day, dog.
Shoot! Watch the shoot!
Kill.
Leo!
Check.
I'll go. Ready?
Off play action. Eason. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this third quarter of play. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the fourth. The Saints on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Hey, Charlie!
55, Mike, 55. Hey, eat.
5.
From the gun, Eason. Hard throw, incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
They start the drive with Cook. He'll have a first down and more past the 20. And he'll take this all the way up to the 38-yard line. 31 yards there and a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, These pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to float this one deep right side. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. So they really needed points here in a two-score game. Could not come away with anything there on fourth.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover.
Second and 9 at the 37-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, lock it.
It's our time. Check.
Go.
Off the play fake. Eason. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That one good for 26 and a first down. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
To throw on 2nd down. Eason. Finding Knox there, complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Marcus Davenport. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. 2nd and long. He's got Smith here. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be...
Looking for Thielen. but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. He's had it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
2 yards, good enough for a first. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On the carry, it's Cook. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 36 yards on the play. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 45. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Set up, 30 base.
Stop your whining.
On 1st down, Metcalf. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 43-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Ready?
That one looks like he'll throw here. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say, you better run to the locker room pretty quick after this one.
Well, right now, maybe they're just looking at it from the fantasy perspective. More points for everyone if they win big.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
So this one, a victory here for New Orleans, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through, and they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for New Orleans, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they'll sink now to 0-4. And fortunately for them, they'll have the early bye next week as they return to action in Week 6. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.